Welcome to Geek Speak Live.
Hello out there in Geek Speak Land. Welcome to Friday night. I'm your host, Todd Bailey. Joining me on the pots and pans. I don't know why we still call it that.
Wade Copson!
I was about to do your intro for you bitch.
Oh, sorry.
Wade Copson!
Hello!
There you go.
Hey.
You never introduced me on this show.
Well, you're the host. I'm the co-host.
Well, we might have to swap one night. I might have to sit over in that seat.
Nah.
You'll fill up this chunk of the screen bigger because you're taller than me.
I thought you were going to say because I occupy a wider circumference.
I did not say that at all. Hello to the fine folks watching. Scott, Laura, Bridget. Hello.
Hey.
Bridget says, and warm evening greetings to all the gentlemen in the room.
And everybody else.
I was going to say, yeah, because we're not gentlemen. We haven't learnt in a week to be... Well, I like to consider myself a gentleman. Do you consider yourself to be a gentleman?
Gentlemanly quality, maybe, but not...
Want me to tell you a wonderful geek joke?
A geek joke.
A geek joke.
For the start of the show.
It
better be good.
Well, I reckon it is.
It's going to set a precedent for what tonight will be.
You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Ginge?
Yes.
It's a Star Wars geek joke, by the way.
Okay.
Just thought I'd preface that.
Okay.
Why was the stormtrooper lonely?
Why was the stormtrooper lonely?
Yeah.
No idea.
Because he misses everyone. Pew pew! There you go. Was that good? Was that a good geek joke? Tell me. To start the Friday night show off. Was that alright? It's affected him. I don't know whether it was good or bad or ugly.
I'm not seeing any comments for a
No
thumbs up.
one's backing me up on that joke.
I'm not seeing any thumbs up.
Ginge, take it away. What are we talking about tonight?
Hey, so I guess the biggest stuff to happen.
Oh, can I sizzle something first?
You can sizzle. Oh.
Ginge, you did this. You did this, Ginge.
Yes.
What are we doing later in the show tonight?
We're going to do a taste test of the new Doritos flavour. And what flavour is it?
What flavour is it, Ginge?
It's Mountain Dew flavour.
Are you a fan of Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to tasting these?
I'm looking forward to doing a Geek Eats with you, sir.
I'm really not looking forward to tasting them because I reckon they're going to taste like shite. But anyway.
A friend of ours said that there was a Doritos flavour years ago and it was like a purpley, a blue, like a sky blue coloured chip.
What was the flavour meant to be?
I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be like blue lemonade, but don't hold me to the...
Oh, yuck. Anyway, that's Geek Eats. Later in the show, we'll be trying Doritos Mountain Dew flavour.
We're taste testing it so
you don't have to. Right, shoot. What are we talking about?
The biggest thing, I guess, that's happened since we were last on was DC Fandom.
Fandom. Did you stay up and tune in or get up early?
I did get up early to watch a couple things, but
I didn't. I fucking slept in. I was in Brisbane.
You know what? I was really disappointed with it, to be honest.
Well, you and me both, right? But I saw the numbers this week. They have apparently a massive fucking hit.
Oh.
We're talking like hundreds, like quite a few million worldwide audience.
Wow.
Apparently the numbers, like 99% retention rate.
Holy shit.
On things. Satisfaction was right up to about 99% for satisfaction. There are multitudes, like hundreds of videos on YouTube of people reacting to the trailers and the news and the panels and everything else, which DC, AT&T apparently are just going tick, tick, tick. That ticked all the boxes. I found it underwhelming because I didn't realise until I found out halfway through the day what you saw for DC Fandom was 1/3 of the planned event.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 1/3. They are doing a follow-up in 2 weeks, which will deal with more
What?
comic book news and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't realise.
Because I saw that a lot of people were disappointed that it was just movie related, and people were going, "This is DC Comics."
There was some comic news there, but it wasn't huge. Obviously, the trailers for the Snyder Cut, the Batman, which we will be talking about, Suicide Squad, the game trailers, Batman Gotham Knights. How freaking cool does that look?
Dean's tuning in, and he said Gotham Knights looks unreal.
I'm totally there with you, Dean. I'll be snapping that one up for myself. And I'm not a gamer. Like,
no,
I was about to say a mutton basher. That could get me shot in New Zealand. Saying that, a mutton basher.
Yes.
Don't you be touching my sheep.
No,
that wasn't even Kiwi. That was more like Welsh. I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't you be touching my sheep.
Hey, it's
Oh, as a geek joke for you.
yeah, I know where you're going with this go.
Was it Tinder? Once upon a time ago, that's how New Zealanders like to have their meat.
Tinder. I'll have them on Tinder. I knew you were going there because I showed you that joke earlier.
Give me a thumbs up for that joke.
Thumbs down. Thumbs down. Anyway, I was a bit underwhelmed.
Yep.
Especially when I found out that literally, yeah, like I say, that event what we saw was 1/3 of what was planned.
Well, why didn't they come out and say that from the start? This is our plan.
They cut a lot of stuff, and they've bumped. They've bumped it for 2 more weeks, until 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
There's a follow-up event apparently. Now there was meant to be 200 digital comics, codes for digital comics given away during the event. That's not going to happen for another 2 weeks. People tuned in going, hey, how do we get these digital comics? And they went, oh, it's not now part of DC Fandom this week. That'll be in 2 weeks' time. People were like, what the fuck?
Well, you didn't tell us that when we were tuning in at 2 o'clock in the morning.
So, oh, you're right, sir.
I'm sorry, I'm dying. I better have something to drink.
Anyway, so that's what's happened. So look, people loved it. Obviously, if you were San Diego Comic Con, the organisers of San Diego Comic Con, you would be starting to shit your pants because with the sheer numbers and as I said, the satisfaction rating, the retention rating, everything else. DC proved you don't have to go to San Diego to Hall H to be able to show trailers. You can engage the fan base on an online platform like that. There's a lot of people, if more and more companies start, imagine if Marvel does it next and then...
Well, you'd have to think that Marvel do it, especially after what's happening on Twitter at the moment. The hashtag Marvel is over party. People are hashtagging it because they've seen so much of DC over the weekend. And they've seen nothing come out of the Marvel camp. They're very, very quiet over this past weekend.
Yeah, the House of Mouse has not come out with an awful lot, have they? So I don't think Marvel's over.
No, God, no.
What Marvel will do is they will probably, someone at Disney is going to go, we need to do a similar event. Obviously, we can't copy it. We need to do it a bit different. But I think probably next year, you may start seeing more and more of these kind of online events that go worldwide.
Yep.
Because when you're at like San Diego Comic Con, right? I mean, to geeks, it is like Mecca, right?
Yep.
Everyone wants to go, and it's on my bucket list to one day go to San Diego Comic Con. It's like a lottery to get there. The tickets are so limited that you have this tiny people are literally like in Big Bang Theory. They're sitting there refreshing the button on the computer to try and that's what happens. You can't, or some people actually book accommodation or put a booking fee, and they'll happily lose $100 US to book a year in advance in the hopes that they'll get tickets to San Diego.
No.
So that crowd at San Diego is limited, right? You do it digitally like DC Fandom just did.
Yes.
And release it worldwide, and all different time zones are covered. People can tune in. The only problem with DC Fandom wasn't on replay.
Yes.
Right? You couldn't come back and go, I've heard amazing things about the Shazam panel. I want to go and watch that again. You can't. It was 24 hours only. Like, unless someone captured that and puts it up somewhere else.
Yes, people are putting stuff up online where you can go back and rewatch it now.
Yeah, but DC should be offering that themselves. Because, like I said, I was asleep in Brisbane. You got up a bit earlier. I know other fans did. There was a customer of mine, his housemate, did a whole 24-hour period.
What?
Sat there, watched the whole friggin' thing. Would take toilet breaks and meal breaks. Obviously, like eating in front of they were streaming it through onto their TV in the lounge room.
Okay, yeah.
And even he said, look, I'm a diehard fan, but I wasn't sitting there for that.
There was some boring panels and just, it lost my attention very, very quickly.
Yeah. I said, I waited until the trailers came out, watched the trailers and went, oh yeah, okay, cool. And the comic news and stuff like that, which as I said, there was very little. And one of the big things that really, and here's a little bit of an insider thing here in the comics industry, DC, one of the representatives, later that day, they'd announced that Milestone was coming back, the African-American imprint from the 90s. That's where Static X was created, and he had his own cartoon series.
He did,
stuff
back
like
in the
that.
90s, yeah.
So they announced that we're bringing back Milestone with some of the original African American creators. We're gonna, it's a good diverse line, that kind of thing. And they said we're going to kick it off with a brand new Static X comic, and everyone went, "Oh, cool!" And then they went, "And it's going to be digital only." And a handful of people went, "Oh, well, I don't read digital." And then they put a thing in the retailer forum and said, "Hey, here's the link to share this to your social media." And retailers went, it's digital, isn't it? And they're like, yes. And they went, why would we promote digital comics to our print comics customers? And DC's response literally was, it's a DC product. You should promote all DC products equally. And it was like, fuck you, DC. Like they just did not read the room at all. You know, especially with all the shit that they've done since COVID and everything else. Retailers are absolutely just hating DC. Right, and remember we had the running joke, what's DC going to do this week?
Yes.
Another kick in the nuts.
Yes.
And then to turn around and say, you should promote everything DC, and you're like, fuck you. So, it went down like a lead fart with a lot of retailers.
Jono said the Milestone imprint was brilliant.
Back in the day, it was. There was a ton of great books that came out of that, but it was a short run. Well, because for some reason there was politics involved, and Milestone just kind of got put on hold. It was meant to have been bought back 4 or 5 times in the last 25 years. Yeah. And it just, other things kept getting in the way. The original creators, kept arguing about what should be there, what shouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. And so DC just kept bumping it. But finally, it's coming back.
Scott said that he caught a bit of the DC fandom. I didn't really enjoy it at all. I thought the games all looked mediocre.
We are buying a lot of their discounted movie shows right now, though, through an app. That kind of thing. So there you go.
G'day to Paul watching at home. Thanks, man.
Hey, Paul. Bridget said, so we're going to see your reaction to the new Doritos live. Yes. Yes, you will. But anyway, so that's what came out of there. Now, trailers.
Yes.
Trailers. Shoot, tell me.
Oh, what do you think? What are we going to start talking about? Are we going to start singing Hallelujah?
Hallelujah. Actually, there's criticism of that trailer. Because they said, that song's been done to death and blah, blah, blah. And, Snyder, it's very typical.
He's already used it for something else where people were doing...
I don't care. I watched that trailer and I was still sitting there going, I can't wait for the Snyder Cut.
Especially that shot where all of them are all standing in a line and the camera slowly coming...
I was lying in bed, but I still went weak at the knees when Ben Affleck popped up as Batman.
That Duna struck up like a marquee.
It did not.
You look like a circus tent in your bedroom.
I thoroughly enjoyed was the video footage from Suicide Squad.
Yes, the behind the scenes stuff.
The behind the scenes stuff. I'm G'd up to watch that. I think James Gunn's going to knock that out of the ballpark. I'm really pumped for Suicide Squad. It very
much looks like an old 1970s World War II type movie.
But, he's got this massive cast of all these different characters, and you know that he's only going to focus on this small chunk. All these other people are cannon fodder. And he'll do it probably
What, like Polka Dot Man?
Yeah, Polka Dot Man is another one, right?
The Ratcatcher 2?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm pumped for these characters. It's just going to be crazy to see it on the big screen, mate.
Yes.
The Wonder Woman extended trailer, did nothing for me. Really didn't.
I've got no interest in going to see Wonder Woman.
No.
It's been pushed back. Everything in my bones is telling me it's going to be mediocre.
I'm hearing this week that apparently Patty Jenkins, the director, is done with Warner Brothers and DC. She won't be back for Wonder Woman 3. Okay. That's what we're hearing at the moment. So whether that's locked in stone, whether that's fully correct, we don't know, but that's what we're hearing this week. Joel said, Evening, Joel, how are you, sir? What else did we say? Of course, obviously, the trailer you knew we were going to talk about tonight, The Batman. Ginge, shoot away. What do you think?
You know what? Before I saw this trailer, I was completely I'll wait until it's on DVD or even then I mightn't have any interest in it.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised that I would go see it in a cinema.
Look, me too. I have issues with it.
Yes.
I definitely have issues with it.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that Batman has been a detective more in it. You
Yes.
have an issue with him being in the room with a whole bunch of police and detectives.
When does Batman ever rock up in a room with everyone on the GCPD?
No, I like Batman where Gordon goes out to the rooftop or out into an alleyway and Batman talks to him one-on-one, right?
And no one knows whether Batman is real or he's an urban legend. He's just something that people have done to try and scare people.
I'm with you there. I have an issue with that. My other issue is the way Robert Pattinson looks as Bruce Wayne. He looks emo.
He does look emo with the long hair.
And the look on his face, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's emo Bruce.
But it looks like it looks like another gritty and Joel, or was it Dean?
Dean said, "I don't know if I need another gritty, realistic Batman."
It's as
I'm
you
with you,
said,
Dean.
another gritty Batman. This is another Batman Begins.
Yeah,
to me.
it's starting to feel it.
He's more brooding. He's more messed up.
I don't think he looks bulk enough in the costume.
No.
Now, I've had people say to me, "Oh, but he's a martial artist. Martial artists are lean." And I'm like, okay, cool. Yes, Bruce Wayne is a martial artist. Bruce Wayne is also a fucking street brawler, right? A lot of the goons Bruce takes on aren't martial arts trained. They're brawlers, right? And there's guys coming at him with baseball bats and that in the comics or even the cartoons and all that. Bruce should be like an MMA fighter. He should be fucking. He should be ripped. He should be a bit bulky. Ben Affleck, I thought, does a fucking.
Yep.
And not just because it's Affleck. Everyone's gonna go, "Oh, you just say anything."
It is because it's Affleck, because he knows what Batman should be.
Yes.
But he's a fan of the comic.
But you know what I mean? Like, I just look at Patterson and go, "You're not bulked enough."
I think the way they got around that is by showing that scene right at the very end of him beating the absolute shit out of him.
Okay, cool.
But like you said, that's not. He doesn't have the physique of that person.
I'm keen to see more of Colin Farrell as the
the
Penguin.
Penguin.
Because those prosthetics, holy
Yes.
shit. I actually said to someone, I said, geez, he looks a bit like Bruce Campbell. Put a picture of him in all that
A little
gear.
bit.
That
But he also
screenshot.
looks like that bloke out of Spin City.
Which one?
We'll have to put a photo up in the comments below. But it looks like they took a face cast of him and put him on Colin Farrell.
Really?
Yes.
I'm keen to see Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. I think she'll do a great job.
Yep.
Look, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to probably see it on the big screen. Mm-hmm. I have reservations. There are certain bits that I'm just like,
Look, I understand that this is supposed to be Batman.
Hey, O'Keefe. Sean O'Keefe's tuned in.
Hey,
Hello.
dude. Hey. I understand that this is supposed to be Batman Year 2.
Yes, I get that as well. But even then, like I said, Batman, if he's out there fighting, like, street thugs, fucking brawlers, that kind of thing, you're going to have to be a bit more bulky. He's going to have the build of a guy who hits the gym every day, who works out because he knows he's got to, take a fucking punch or a baseball bat to the fucking chest or whatever else. And he's got to deliver fucking justice with his fist. I love that. He's got to deliver justice with his fist. Which Ben Affleck does so fucking well.
I was wondering whether they cut at the end when he beats him and he says, "I am vengeance." Yeah. Whether they cut that, "I am the knight, I am Batman." I was wondering whether they just cut that and went,
who knows?
Yes. Scott said the Snyder Cut looked great. Was not sold on Suicide Squad pre-trailer. Really?
Really? I see. Actually, I was reacting there because.
Oh, hang on.
Scott's been in. We did have a brief chat about it.
He said he was not sold on Suicide Squad pre-trailer. Post-trailer, he was completely on board.
Yeah. James Gunn's going to knock this out of the ballpark. I keep saying that.
Interesting. He says, I was on board for the Batman pre-trailer, completely hating it post-trailer.
Oh.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Damn.
Why?
Damn.
Why?
I don't know.
Joel said Batman is extinguished.
Badass brawler.
Yes.
Yeah, he's right. And Sean said, tell Bruce Lee that.
Bruce Lee's dead!
Fucker.
He's not fighting anyone.
No, but look, I get it, Sean. And like I said, I've had multiple people say to me, "Oh, he's a martial artist," and all that. Yes, I get that, but I still think for the universe that we pop Batman into, where Gotham is the fucking.
If this is supposed to be gritty and realistic,
he would be ripped. This is a guy who, like, fucking John Hamm really should be playing Batman.
Well,
John Hamm's got the jawline and the fucking,
Ben Affleck should be playing Batman.
Well, he should always be.
Which he is.
Neil has said, no, he's a martial artist who handles brawlers with immense skill. Yeah, I can't agree with you.
And then Sean said, yeah, but Bruce Lee didn't die in a fight. No.
How did Bruce Lee die?
He died very softly, not in a fight.
Did he die of old age or something?
No. He died very young.
Did he?
Yeah.
But how? Can anyone tell me?
Didn't he have some heart issues?
Did he? Oh. Okay. Maybe because he took a baseball bat to the chest wrong, which Bruce Wayne wouldn't have done.
No.
If it was real Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne would have went like that and would have snapped over the three.
Bang. Anyway.
I just look. There's a couple scenes where Batman.
I like Sean's put, not in year 2. Middle-aged spread will give him the beef. Is that what I'm going to call this? Middle-aged spread? Am I in training to be Batman?
There's a couple scenes in the trailer where Batman is in the house where someone's been murdered, and it looks like the Riddler has done that with the tape around old mate and says no more lies.
Have you seen they've already deciphered the riddle? that's in the
Ooh.
trailer.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's essentially liar is what the riddle works out to.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, someone already jumped on board this week. As soon as the trailer was within a matter of hours,
They've decoded it.
They've
already.
decoded it and gone. That's what they've solved the Riddler's riddle. So there you go.
The scene where he's in
And a
the
little
house.
can I be honest?
Yeah.
A little part of me actually got a thrill that people were out there doing that.
Yeah.
That to me, that's fandom. And people went, oh, fuck, I've got to jump on.
Instead of just waiting for it to come out
Yeah.
and be explained.
I thought it was good.
And then there's a second scene in the movie, in the trailer, where it looks like it's at the police headquarters and Batman's in a cage with all these cops as well. And he tries to fight someone. And I'm like, everyone now knows you're a real person.
Yeah.
The mystique of you being this creature or...
Urban legend. Jim Carrey was the Riddler and in Liar Liar. Geek joke right there. I like that. He did, and he's right too. He's in Liar Liar and he was the Riddler. Get it, Liar? Yeah. He's not as impressed, Sean, as I am. Fizz says, nice haircut, Ginge. Someone noticed that he's had a... Did you have a haircut?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I fucking didn't know. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Looking all right. You had your ears lowered.
Jono said...
He lies still was the answer, not liar. Thank you, Jono. I said I knew it. They'd solved it. Go out and look it up yourselves, people. Don't rely on us to do it. We're just doing the headlines.
Bridget said, Wiki said that Bruce Lee collapsed and was diagnosed with a
Cerebral edema.
So
Okay. Because Sean said misadventure was the diagnosis. Fuck, they could have written that on my tombstone or death certificate a few years ago. I was in many misadventures.
you're going to have, what is it? I told you I was sick. on your head. So.
No, you know where they do the one where it's like, stop standing on my balls or something like that.
Real tiny font. So you have to walk up real
Why the
close.
fuck get off my balls?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what else did you...
Well, we did talk about the Suicide Squad trailer.
Yep.
And the Wonder Woman trailer.
Yeah.
I'm not for it. Justice League, 3 thumbs up.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know there's still a ton of people out there going, what's the whole deal with the Snyder Cut? There's people upset that they've kind of thrown Joss Whedon under the bus a little bit. You know,
I like that they're calling the Justice League movie.
Oh,
His
I hadn't
version
heard
of
that
it.
one before.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are taking their Blu-ray copies of his version of it and throwing it away.
Sean has asked the question, when do we start shitting on the Snyder Cut?
It's never going to happen because that thing is going to be pure white gold.
Do you know what? Look, I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be fantastic. I'm genuinely
It will
excited.
be. It will.
You're right. I'm genuinely excited to see it. But there is a little part in the back of my head that goes, what if it is shit? And if it is, I'm going to have to call it out. I'm going to have to go, you know what, I had high expectations, but it was poo.
Do you reckon it's going to be like Watchmen? Where is
What, the
it's
TV?
just the movie, the Snyder movie? Is it going to be just
Which I
glitz and
enjoyed.
glamour and look absolutely incredible?
I enjoyed the Snyder Watchmen movie.
But then there's going to be, there's always going to have the people, the story wasn't that crash shot, the plot was ordinary.
People love different things in their films. I mean, Sucker Punch, beautiful film, but I couldn't understand a fucking bit of that plot line.
Sean, you don't understand that 1/3 of the movie is being, that is all that was used in the Justice League.
Justice League. You've already adopted it, haven't you?
Yeah. So like 2/3 are stuff you have never seen before.
The proper black suit, Superman, all that kind of stuff. I'm really G'd up to see all that. And there's rumours we're going to see Martian Manhunter, and we may see a little bit more Green Lanterns. I'm not saying Hal Jordan,
And
but
it's-
more Green Lanterns in there and action with that kind of thing. So.
And at the end of the day, it's going to be 4 hours long.
Fuck yes!
Why-
Yes! 4 hours of Justice League, 4 hours of Batfleck! God, I'll need a Viagra, I tell you. That's to keep me awake.
And
Does
you
that
know,
work? Does Viagra keep you awake?
I don't know. You're telling the story.
Can anyone out there give us any tips? Does Viagra keep you awake?
Well, Sean will be really excited because Warner Brothers is paying attention to the Justice League attention it's getting.
Hang on, Sean's gone, but Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman were not great.
No, they were fantastic.
No, the director's cut of Batman vs Superman is a far superior film to what we saw at the cinema.
Jono even said that himself.
Yeah, look, seriously, Sean, if you've not watched BVS the extended cut, do it. Completely different film, better film, I should say, not different film, better film.
More complete.
Trust me on it. Trust me.
Warner Brothers are seeing so much attention to the Snyder Cut.
Can't lie on your stomach on Viagra. I guess that would keep you awake.
Paul just said, yes, Viagra keeps you awake. How do you know,
He said
Paul?
keeps you up. Keeps you up. Didn't
Oh,
say
it
keeps you awake. Keeps you up.
Ah,
Right. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
that was
for,
a double entendre, wasn't it, Paul? That was well done.
Apparently Martian Manhunter was actually in the trailer. The special effects still look crap, but the movie looked great. Very excited. That's what Scott said?
That's your opinion.
And you're wrong. No.
Okay, let me finish what I'm saying.
Sorry, yes, take
Warner
it away.
Brothers is so excited with the amount of attention that the Snyder Cut's getting that they are seriously considering him doing a Justice League sequel and a Man of Steel 2 and 3.
Ooh. So they would sign him up, on the dotted line.
Yes.
Do you reckon they'd almost shoot that back to back?
I think so, and it's very much in line with the DC multiverse approach that they're doing with all their movies at the moment. Aquaman and Wonder Woman did panels, and they were pushing the fact that this is a multiverse. It might not actually connect up to this movie. It might connect up to that movie.
Yeah.
So this could be this. We were hating on the fact that the multiverse was being brought in, but I think this might be a way of being able to get those Elseworlds movies that we were wanting.
I read this week, it was described in an article, the success of DC Fandom was that DC gave the fans a buffet-style thing where no matter what you're into that's DC, it doesn't have to fit a specific...
Yep.
This is the main universe. It was like, this is all over the place, but you can grab out what you want. If you enjoy the video game in this universe, that's fantastic. If you enjoy Suicide Squad, though, in a movie, that's for you. And if you like, Ben Affleck coming back as Batman in this... but
Do you like
he's
Harley
Robert
Quinn
Pattinson.
animated but X-rated?
Yeah, like, it was described as a buffet. And I kind of went, fuck, that's pretty true.
It is. It's the way that people are going to consume.
Bits
those
they're going to
products,
take
aren't
what they want and just gobble it up. Num, 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 num. What else you got for me?
Ben Affleck will be making Bat history
Yes.
as being the actor to portray the character in the most amount of movies.
Really?
Christian Bale was the last person because he made it 3 movies.
Yep.
Ben Affleck, if he's in The Flash, which it's been said that he signed the contract already, that'll be his 4th movie because he was in Batman vs Superman,
Let's count off. Yes.
Batman vs Superman, Justice League.
Justice League. Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad is the one that everyone forgets about.
He was in Suicide Squad. Yep. We're up to 3.
And The Flash.
Bing.
That'll be the 4th.
4.
Hopefully,
Why is my finger so bent? 4.
hopefully,
It won't go straight.
just rub it. It'll.
You stay away from me.
Hopefully, with all this AT&T and HBO Max, that we will see him play Batman yet again in the 5th movie.
Sean has said cameos shouldn't quite count. No, Suicide Squad wasn't a cameo. There were scenes where he takes on Deadshot and stuff like that. It was more than a cameo to me.
A cameo for me is just one scene.
One scene. He was in more than one scene.
Yeah,
in Suicide
remember
Squad.
he was on.
But I will agree with Sean. The way DC should be enjoyed, just don't make the stuff shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let it be like a buffet. People can take what they want out of it, and if they enjoy it, fantastic. Because I think Marvel are going to have to probably start going the same way.
Yes.
Like, I'll be honest. I signed up to Disney Plus because I was hanging for the Marvel shows, which have all been delayed, have all been bumped.
Yep.
And I've lost interest in Disney Plus. I'm so serious thinking about cancelling it because we don't fucking watch it for anything else nowadays. Mandalorian's done.
Yes.
It's going to take ages. Fucking next year probably before we see the Mandalorian season 2. Marvel need to start doing different shit as well.
Hashtag Marvel is over party. No,
we're not going
maybe,
to on board that.
No.
Tell you what is over, possibly fucking Christopher Nolan's career after the bomb that has been Tenet. Take it away, Ginge.
Tenet, yes. A lot of unhappy moviegoers at the moment. And it's not just me reading stuff on the internet. I've personally spoken to people who have gone to see it in cinemas.
Which I still boggles my mind that people, and you've got friends who here locally in Toowoomba City have gone back to the cinemas. They're like, yeah, we're going back. And you and I are both kind of going,
I love my movies, but I
don't want to be
got
around
no interest
people
at the
again.
moment. Yeah, I do. People shit me.
I'm going to grow my fingernails long and fucking start being like Howard Hughes.
I was about to say, who are you, Howard Hughes?
Yeah, I fucking feel it nowadays.
Oh.
I hate crowds now. How am I going to get on when fucking conventions like Supernova starts happening again and I want to go to conventions? I'm really going to have to fucking focus and get beyond this phobia at the moment of crowds. See, when people fucking walk up near me on the street or in the supermarkets and I hear coffee now, I automatically say, yeah, see? And sneezing and shit. I'm like, ugh. That's just me.
And the thing is, Tenet was supposed to be the movie that lured back film goers to
Did
cinemas.
Howard Hughes piss in tissue boxes? Is that real?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Isn't that off The Simpsons?
That was Mr. Burns, wasn't it?
Walking around in tissue boxes as slippers. But yeah, the couple that I spoke to about it, the husband leaned over to his wife and said, "Are you following anything that's going on at the moment?" And like, these people are professionals. One's a school teacher, so it's not the kind of people that just sort of tune out. And there was one person in particular that said to me, "I wish I could go back in time and to the period of time where I had not seen the movie."
Really?
They're saying it is so overblown and so long, and the spectacle outshines any plot.
I've been hearing the same thing about overly complicated. People going, I just can't wrap my head around it, you know? There are the diehard Christopher Nolan fans, though, who are coming out going, people complaining about it's too complex. Oh, heaven forbid you have to think in a film. And I'm like, oh, they're Christopher Nolan snobs. Yeah, they don't
They're a
understand
Nolanite.
Yeah, Nolanite. I like that. They don't realise that movies still... Yes, you can have a movie that makes you think. And there's been many movies where we walked out at the end and gone, oh, fuck, that was... And discussed it afterwards. We've gone and had a drink afterwards.
Yeah.
Or, me and my wife will go home, we'll sit on the couch and just dissect a movie after it. That's fine. I enjoy those kind of movies. But when you've got people walking and going, I didn't understand the fucking end at all, that's not, poor Diddums, they had to think about the movie. It's like, no. People aren't getting it. That means you've missed the point of your movie when you made it.
If you're ostracizing a part of your audience, then I think that they won't come back to the next time that you make a movie.
At the moment, with the way fucking studios are, like, because of COVID and even post-COVID, when that kicks in, mate, studios are going to be wanting bona fide hits.
Yes.
They're only going to throw money at movies that are going to be based on fucking established franchises or a formula. Remember that we discussed it at the start of us doing Geek Speak Live again this year, about that formula, that mathematical formula that some studios are using to predict what they will fund and what they won't fund. Where if it doesn't tick a certain percentage, because they put it in, right? When's your movie set? What year is it filmed in? What blah blah blah? What genre does it tick? They feed it all into this thing, and it spits out. It looks at worldwide trends at the cinema, what made money, what didn't, and they can turn around and pretty much go, "There's a 75% chance that we will make a profit on this film." If it comes back and it's under anything, I think 85%, a lot of movie studios are going to go, no, not risking it anymore.
Dean said, "I've seen Dark Knight. Nolan is a hack." Well,
I'm with you 100%, Dean.
Things I'm hearing about Tenet is the fact that he used that huge 747 in the scenes. He wanted to use a real airport. They didn't use models for this. They didn't use this for that. And I'm like, dude, he does know that it's a movie, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Movies are fake. Like, once upon a time ago, the cowboy would open the door to that bloody facade, and there's nothing behind that door.
Yeah, exactly. There's a certain amount of level of suspension of disbelief?
Yes.
Right? Now, you and I were discussing this before we come on the show when we were grabbing dinner. And I said, we didn't realise back in the day the special effect, matte painting, miniatures, that kind of thing, right? Which were a hell of a lot cheaper to do than actually going, we want a real life Boeing 747.
Yep.
When once upon a time they just go, we're going to do matte painting and we can do an effect and it'll look like it's on the runway there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the ending of Die Hard 2, there's a giant 747, there's a fire engine, there's people running around. people don't realise that that's a matte painting.
Yeah.
And the camera's slowly pulling out of a painting of a 747. They didn't have to pay for it to be there for the night.
Yeah, well, you were just telling me before. Now this ties into what Sean just said. Sean said, "Just let Jon Favreau make everything." I'm with you on that because I fucking love Jon Favreau.
I
as
like
a director,
Jon Favreau.
an actor.
Yep.
I think he's just fantastic.
He
I
was
really do.
great in The Replacements.
I actually love him in Chef.
Yes.
It's one of my all-time favourite films now, Chef. I just love it.
Yep.
But we were discussing it before, and I didn't know until you told me about The Mandalorian, right? Which Sean tells me, by the way, that's going to be October it's due back.
Oh.
Thank fuck for that. We're nearly...
I reckon.
I need it by the end of the year.
Yes.
Anyway, you were telling me, and I didn't realise, that The Mandalorian necessarily wasn't shot on a green screen
Yes.
set.
Yes.
It's a gigantic curved screen,
Exactly.
like a TV.
So imagine behind us here is a giant television set.
Yep.
Because of the Mandalorian's reflective armor, they were like, well, we can't use a green screen because it won't it'll reflect the green.
Yep.
So what they come up with is a giant screen where they were able to project, the backgrounds of the desert or even the big star field when he's in the battleship.
Yeah.
And different filmmakers are taking that technology and making it their own, where the person is standing there and there's a cityscape behind them and it's raining, and all of a sudden it's, you don't have to go out on location and be on a building.
We were saying that they're able to design rooms. So
Yes.
if you go, I want to set a movie in the 80s.
Yep.
Instead of going and building a fucking set that's a bedroom from the 80s.
Trying to find an Atari.
And all that kind of stuff. They literally have all those details that they can now pop into would you say an emulator?
Yeah,
To a degree?
If you've ever played the game Unreal, that's the engine. That's the computer game. So they slot those 3D objects
Into
a
the scene.
We'll put the camera back a bit.
We can grab the exact kind of look of curtains that were from that time period, or fucking the bedspread, or
Yep.
the posters on the wall.
Yep.
And the actors actually standing in the foreground. That's all fucking projected behind them.
Exactly. It's completely
And you
fake.
said they can even control the lighting.
Exactly. You can grab the sun and spin it round so that it's
So you don't have to worry about, hang on, I'm not happy with the way the lights are.
the
Get
clouds.
get-
Wait for the clouds.
Get the light guy to fucking get up and move fucking lights here. And that shit. Have you ever seen the behind the scenes or actors talk about how long that takes for a
Hurry. Yep.
for a simple fucking light change
Yep.
on a set?
Yep.
That can be a half hour or more.
Yep. That's where the catchphrase "hurry up and wait" comes from. Like nothing is done like
No,
that.
whereas if you're looking at that and you're the director sitting there going, I don't quite like the way the shadow's falling on him.
Yeah.
Fix that.
We're
There you go, it's done.
Just a slider on the computer, and all of a sudden everything's changed. Yeah.
There you go. I think Chris Nolan's fucking way of doing films is dead. I honestly
Yeah.
think that I've got to be so true to the medium and it's got to come out on this and mate, it's dead. Just fucking admit it. Yeah, and if you're not going to make films that are going to cater to what audiences want today, well then the studios won't give you the money to make it.
I think he made so much money for Warner Brothers doing the Batman trilogy
Yep.
that they just went, do what you want. You're made of gold. Evidently not. I was just trying to read some of the comments just quickly.
Me too. There's a discussion going on with you guys out there about Die Hard. And Sean's like, they made a Die Hard 2? Yeah, they did. And I'm with you. There's a couple of other Die Hards that we just forget.
Die Hard 3 is great.
Is that the one with Kevin Smith?
No, that's Die Hard 4.
Is it?
Yeah. Jeremy Irons is the bad guy in Die Hard 3. It's
Oh, that's Samuel Jackson.
in the taxi cab.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, because Die Hard 4 was meh. And then that fucking one we went to that I micro slept in with the Aussie guy playing his son.
I didn't see that with you.
No,
I
there was
didn't.
a whole group of us.
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah, I was
In
at
Die
one
Hard
end,
4 I
and
saw
our,
with
our mate Sean Davidson was at the other end.
No.
There was about 6 of us all
It
together.
wasn't me.
You fucking were there.
I was going to see Super 8 at the time.
You fucking weren't. Don't bring that up again. There was a bunch of us there.
I saw the
I'm
one with
on
Kevin
one-
Smith. I didn't see
I'm
the one
on
with...
one end, Sean's on the other, and there's a group of us in between, a group of people in between.
I wasn't there.
Right?
I had a bad experience.
I was micronapping. I was there trying to watch it, and I would, how you get really heavy, and you just, next minute you're like, and then there'd be gunshots, and I'd be, what have I missed? Okay, yeah.
Not much, dude.
No,
It's Die Hard 5.
apparently, I didn't. and
Was it?
I have never micronapped so much. Thank God I wasn't driving at the time. I would have been off the road and into a tree.
Oh shit.
Anyway, we got to the end. We walked out, and we're all just, a lot of the feeling was, eh. And then I've been on, I just went, oh, look, guys, honestly, I just micronapped through that. And Sean, who was up the other end, went, me too. Did you wake up every time there were gunshots? And that was about the only thing.
But yeah, because Jai Courtney was
him.
playing his son.
That's him.
Thanks very much
Thank
to
you, Laura.
But I don't. In like Die Hard 1, he had a daughter. He didn't have a son. So how did what happened?
That child might have undergone.
And well, that child that was in Die Hard 4,
Well, I mean, gender
his
fluid.
his daughter was Huntress in the Birds of Prey movie.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yes.
Get out of it, really?
That movie you went and saw. Can you imagine take Jai Courtney out and put her into that
Oh,
role?
that would put-
You would have watched the
I wouldn't
shit out
have
of that.
my eyes would have been like this.
Yes. I would have rocked up and watched that movie with you.
Yeah,
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
I swear he was there with me.
No, I don't.
He's got a horrible memory for watching movies with me.
Should we do a
Let's
taste test
do
for the ladies
the
and gentlemen?
Dorito. Let's do the do. Is
do
that a
the
thing?
dew.
Do the dew?
Do the
Let's
dew.
do the dew. Righto, you can crack open those. I will pour. Tell the punters at home what we're doing.
A Doritos Mountain Dew flavored Doritos.
Geek Eats. We're doing this. We're taste testing these so that you don't have to.
All right. Should I crack it a little bit?
Can I be honest? And this is horrible, but can I be honest? The colour of I love Mountain Dew as a drink, right? I really do. But the colour of it reminds me of when I've had a big night out, and I've had like I've had energy drink and rum together, and you go home and you pee, and that's almost the colour
I'm
of
scared,
us
dude.
drinking Rockstar
I'm really-
and Puerto Rican rum in
In Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Him and I together.
Holy moly.
we had a
What's
big-
that, 2007?
2006.
Holy moly.
2006, we got a bottle. We're in Beverly Hills and there was fuck all open around it. So we went back to the hotel room and you and I were watching the Newton,
Newton Boys.
right? And our other two travel mates were asleep. Well, one of them, you got a box of Twinkies.
Oh, yeah.
We got a box of Twinkies for
Yes,
you and I. We
yes.
got a bottle of Puerto Rican rum, and the only thing we could get to mix it with, because we thought, we'll go back to the hotel room. There's
They've
Coke
got
machines.
Coke machines on every level. We went to every level.
And the only Coke was out on every level. There was no lemonade.
Nope.
The only thing we could get was Rockstar when Rockstar first came on the thing. So we're
Rockstar
like,
energy drink.
we'll mix that with Puerto Rican rum. It can't be too bad, right? So we've grabbed a handful of cans each. We've gone back. Our other two, travel buddies were asleep because we're all sharing one big room, kind of thing. You and I sitting there. We dragged the chairs up. We're watching the friggin' Newton Boys.
Yep.
I'm sitting there drinking. You're sitting back there
I
drinking.
got
We've
my
the-
box of Twinkies under
Twinkies
one
under
arm.
one
I've
arm.
got a drink here.
And I'm getting really into the movie. This is a couple of drinks in, and I'd look over at Ginge, and Ginge would be like,
I mean,
with Twinkie in hand, drink in hand, like, right? And I'd be like, isn't he sweet when he sleeps? And then, literally 2 minutes later, I'd look over, and you're fucking
I'll be
wide
drinking-
awake, and you're like, oh, fuck, this movie's good. And I'm thinking, he was asleep a minute ago.
To drink.
A couple of minutes would go by, and I'd turn back around, and he'd be... Anyway, the next day we had to do a tour of Hollywood.
Yes.
Him and I were so hungover on this fucking bus, but we were jacked because of the fucking copious amounts of Rockstar we had been drinking. I reckon my heartbeat was like a jackhammer. But I went to pee, and I swear to Christ, I said to Ginge, I can pee in the dark. And he said, what? I'm like, what just came out of me was fucking neon. I swear that you could turn the light off, and it'd be like fucking...
If there was a black light in here,
it'd
that
be
would
like-
glow.
yeah. It was shocking. It was shocking. And that's what this looks like. Anyway, that was a side story just to tell you that, the weird shit we do.
I'm a little bit worried because have a look at the colour of the topping frosting that are on these chips. Like, that's not the colour that I expect to see.
Oh,
It's
smell.
the frosting is.
You know how like food's not just a visual thing. It's got to be, the scent has got to be good. You know what I mean?
Do it. I'll go right to the camera. And
Go show the punters. Oh, the smell of them is fucking horrible.
Can you see that it's green, ladies and gentlemen?
Is it mold? Is that
It
mold
looks
on it?
mouldy because the colour is green of the.
The smell doesn't smell very attractive.
No, like I can smell the
So-
lemon lime.
Put that aside. Smell your drink. Now that smells pleasant. Look. It
Should we have a little spit bucket like wine?
Fuck off. I don't even waste wine like that. Are you ready? All right, we're going to try Doritos Mountain Dew flavour.
If just someone at home have Triple O ready to go. Huh.
You know what? It doesn't smell great, but the flavours, it's actually got a real tang, like a lemon lime tang.
And sugary too.
Yeah, but Doritos are always sugary. They're not bad.
I can definitely taste
Oh.
that lime lemon
The
taste.
second one's got the sugar.
Does it?
Oh my god.
I must have got the sugar on that first one of
I
mine.
just had a bit of a punch of sugar. You wouldn't eat a whole lot of these at all.
You wouldn't?
No.
Maybe I would.
Yeah, you can have them.
Hmm.
Bridget said, bottoms up, gentlemen. You don't want to see his bottom. Horrible. Cheers, big fella. We have tasted Doritos Mountain Dew flavoured chips. I wouldn't go out and rush out and buy them, but that... There you go. Geeks here at Geek Speak.
They are limited edition, so you probably won't be able to find them anywhere, but at least we've done it for prosperity.
We have. Have you got anything for the punters before we go? Ladies and gentlemen, any questions, start asking now. We're nearly at the tail end of the show here.
We've seen that Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Thought you were about to say Rock Lobster.
is bringing a television series to Brisbane.
As in, he's filming in Brisbane.
He's filming in Brisbane, and it's going to be like an autobiographical television series about his younger life.
Yeah.
Between being a wrestler and becoming a Hollywood superstar.
Why Brisbane?
Well, I think the biggest thing that he was always going to bring it to Australia, but the reason they're going to Brisbane is because the COVID restrictions is so much less than, say, Sydney,
Really?
where or Melbourne, where the other studios are at the moment.
None of those places, because you told me off camera before that apparently it's meant to be set kind of like Honolulu.
Honolulu.
Brisbane, Sydney or Melbourne look nothing like fucking Honolulu to me, so...
Maybe they're going to have those projection screens. But yeah, they're actually asking for background actors and extras at the moment.
Should we go and try out?
Do you think that you could pass as someone from Hawaii?
I don't know.
Do you like Spam?
Yeah, I do actually.
Well, there you go. That's half the story. It sounds like it's almost going to be like. Does anyone remember the Chris Rock television show?
Yes.
Everyone Hates Chris.
Chris, yep.
It sounds like that's what this is going to be.
Okay.
It's a comedy series.
So if you're interested, check it on out. The information. Where do people see that kind of thing?
I'll chuck it in the comments below for the.
Because you might be able to, if you're an
Casting?
aspiring actor or actress, you might be able to put your foot in the door for that.
And just while we're talking about The Rock, did you see the Black Adam animated? Not really a trailer, but it was more to explain who the Black Adam character was.
I didn't see it.
It was all animated. Excuse me, the Doritos are coming back to kill me.
Yep.
It very much explained who Black Adam was, where his powers come from. You know, the logo has got the lightning bolt.
Yep.
To say that it's part of the Shazam universe.
Yep.
It seems interesting, but I'm
I'll
not
check
sure if
it.
I'm in touch. He's been working on it for 10 years to try and get Black Adam up and running.
I know, he's a big fan. Now, listen, I've got to do a quick comic thing on here because every week I should try and showcase something cool, shouldn't I? Should I?
Yes, you should.
This caught my attention and I had to order a copy. Look at the thickness of this beautiful, beautiful book, Ginge.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Is Will Eisner's The Spirit, The New Adventures. Now, this is a bunch of short stories based on the classic Will Eisner character, The Spirit. I've always had a bit of a thing for this character. I think
Yes,
it's cool.
yes.
Right?
Haven't we all?
Anyway, this is now published by Dark Horse Comics, right? This originally back in the 90s came out through, I think it was Kitchen Sink Press, right? And I always remember seeing them in previews, but our comic shop in Toowoomba back in the day rarely ever got an issue in, so I was never able to get them,
Okay.
single issues.
Yep.
Because back then, me being a big Batman fan, and I used to see this and go, he just looks cool. The Spirit looks
Yeah.
awesome, the domino mask and everything
Yep.
else. And so this came out, a lot of these stories back in 97 in the Kitchen Sink Press series, I'm pretty sure there. Now, this here, I'll just read the back for you. I'll hold that up. In 1997, almost 6 decades after the character's first appearance in 1940, legendary artist and writer Will Eisner gave permission for a new series of stories to be commissioned, featuring his signature creation, the resurrected detective Denny Colt, also known as the Spirit. The tales would be written and drawn by the most famous names in the comic industry. The call went out and the response was nothing short of remarkable, with contributions from a veritable who's who of creators, including Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons in one of their rare collaborations after Watchmen, New York Times bestselling author Neil Gaiman, Paul Chadwick, Kurt Busiek, Brent Anderson, John Wagner, Carlos Esquerra, that's the creators of Judge Dredd, Joe Lansdale, the guy who did Bubba Hotep, and Eddie Campbell from Hell. Now, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to double check, I think there's also possibly a story in here by an Aussie. Yes, Black Opal, Gary Challoner. There's a story in there by Aussie creator Gary Challoner in this collection as well.
Cool. That's very cool.
Mate, there's a whole ton of cool stuff in there. Like I say, Paul Pope, there's a story in there illustrated by Paul Pope. There's a story in there called The Weapon by Mike Allred and Michael Avon Oming, with colours by Laura Allred. There is, what else we got in there? John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake, the guys who were very well known for doing their run on the Spectre at DC Comics. So this book has landed in at Kaboom. Well, I've just got the one copy in at the moment to see how it goes.
How much?
It's about, I want to say, $45 or something like that. It's not super expensive, right?
No, wow.
Look at the thickness of it. Look at the size of this thing. It's
You'd be
hardcover.
definitely paying more for something that thick.
And
usually,
it is beautiful. Like, look at
you're
some
not
of
going. You're not going to comment on what I just said, or
What?
I said you'd usually pay more for something that thick.
You probably would. Are you calling me thick? Look at some of the illustrations in. Oh, you can't really see here in front of. The camera's on that side. Cameras on that side. Look at some of the illustrations in this. Right? Beautiful colours. All different types of creators on there. Oh, I'll go the wrong way again. Look at that.
I just had this picture in my head that if this was a television show, like a real television show, when you lifted that up, that I would have my shirt off and holding my nipples, and then just long enough for you to put the...
Give the punters at home a thrill, gents. Ready?
Yep.
Give the punters at home a thrill.
Woo!
Oh, look at that there. Seriously, I've had a look at this myself and I nearly snapped up the shop copy. I'm going to order in a copy for me. Like I said, I remember these coming out in the day and me not being able to get hold of them as single issues. So if you're a fan of The Spirit or you want to check out The Spirit, because this character is so freaking cool, there you go. At kaboomcomicsaustralia.com, www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com. Head along, type in The Spirit, and that one there should come up for you. And if you're interested and we sell out, hit me up and I'll get more in. I can put it aside for you.
Thank you very much, sir. Scott has said, question, with the renewed excitement of the Suicide Squad movie coming out, does that make you more excited for a director's cut of the Goya film?
Not really.
I look, if there's a lot more for his cut, I'd like to see it, but, you know, Chip, sir?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I do love Mountain Dew, though.
Hey, look, I'd love to see the Batman Forever director's cut.
The Schumacher one.
The Schumacher one.
We might still see it yet. You never know.
We could. Just some quick news to end off the show. Altered Carbon has been cancelled.
Yep.
After 2 seasons.
Damn.
Did you see just quickly going back to the Wonder Woman trailer, the designs for Cheetah?
Yeah.
They've released the statue. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm. The
Swamp Thing trailer was released today.
Was it?
But it's under the CW flag.
Oh, they're going to ruin it. Actually, quickly talking about television, right? Because my wife will be going, you didn't mention what we've just finished. She talks different to that. That's my bad interpretation of her.
Hang on. There's been a sale on your website.
That's it?
The Spirit's no longer on your website.
Oh.
Someone just bought it. Laura just said, I don't think the Spirit is on the website anymore. Haha.
Cool.
Congratulations.
I can always get more in. We watched... My wife said to me that we went to bed the other night and we've got the TV in the bedroom now with the Apple box and all that. Mm-hmm. She goes, do you want to watch a show? And I went, what is it? She goes, it's called The Discovery of Witches. And I went, throw the first episode on. So we did. As soon as it starts, first thing comes up. I went, I know that chick's name, Teresa Palmer. It's the Aussie actress. And I went, oh, okay. Mate, I was hooked. Are you right?
I should not have had that last one.
You should not have had that.
Holy shit.
Wash it down with that. So we put it on. I got hooked on the first episode. It's called A Discovery of Witches. It's based on, I think it's the All Souls series of novels. About 3 novels in this thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, my lovely wife had read it a few years back, and she's now just about completed book 2. Mm-hmm. Fucking awesome. It's got vampires, demons, witches, and humans.
I'm sold.
Now, but get me, right? Which we all look alike.
Hang on, that's a bit racist.
We all no, they all look human. As in this, demons aren't big horns.
Oh, okay.
Demons are throughout history the most famous demons have been like Leonardo da Vinci, Mozart.
Ooh.
So the most clever, artistic, talented people are demons. So demons have cunning, ingenuity, all that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So that's what makes a demon.
Yep.
Witches, same thing. They look like regular humans, but they channel elemental type powers and stuff like that. Vampires don't do necessarily the big fucking teeth and the
They don't look like
turn into bats and all that
kind of thing. They don't look like
thing.
Angel from Buffy.
Oh, maybe a little bit. No, they don't do the whole fake. No, they have heightened senses. They do drink blood, obviously. They are very hard to kill. They're the longest living species, obviously.
Okay.
Like demons and witches have essentially the same lifespan as humans.
Yep.
So essentially, humans became the top species, and so the other 3 species got together and said and formed what they call the congregation, and there was a covenant kind of built. So there's always representatives from all 3 species.
Okay.
Right. And they keep the peace amongst their own, and they just said, we don't, witches don't practice magic in public, so that it doesn't draw attention, and the humans fire up, and we do more witch trials and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
So until Teresa Palmer's character, who's born a witch but has never practiced magic, she kind of shunned magic because she always thought she couldn't practice it. She always thought her magic was glitchy. She unwittingly finds this book, because she's an Oxford lecturer or whatever at Oxford University, doing a thing on alchemy. Gets this book out. As soon as she goes to read it, she notices, she lifts a page and there's no text there, but when she starts shining it and the light goes, here's all this text. Next minute, her hand lights up, everything else. All these other people around the general area who are creatures suddenly feel very weirded out, and something's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Right? Turns out that is the fabled potential book of life.
Oh, shit.
Which this alchemist had, they think, worked out the origin of the species, right? So witches, because the other 3 species I said, they begrudgingly get on with one another. They're wary. Vampires don't like witches and vice versa, and the demons are the very low rung of the totem pole, right? So they are all suddenly going, we want that book, because if that is the origin of the species, we can work out, because witches believe they made vampires, so they go, if we made them, we can unmake them. If we know how, their thing. Okay. Vampires are very much like, we'll know the witches, how they operate, so we can get rid of the witches. So suddenly she's got a big target on her back, and this guy who was a vampire, a very old vampire, he's a biologist, or like a biochemist at Oxford. So he kind of pulls her, takes her under his wing and says, I'll protect you. And he's got his own motivations as well, and that's where the series kicks off. Okay, cool. So they're not all it's not that cheesy kind of vampire and fucking witch, right? It's really, really friggin' good. So cool. 8 episodes long the first season. We binged the whole friggin' lot, and it ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger. And I'm like, are they doing season 2? And she's like, yes, it airs next year. I'm like, oh,
no way. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, A Discovery of Witches. 2 thumbs up. Fucking loving it.
And what network can we watch this on?
That's a good question. I don't remember. It's Netflix or Amazon. There's someone.
Or nefarious means.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes?
Netflix has greenlit the television series Resident Evil. They're going to do another live action interpretation of the Resident Evil series.
Really?
It's going to be a TV series from. Sorry, keep going.
Laura just said, we seriously have you on mute at the moment till the no spoilers are over.
No
I
spoilers.
didn't do any spoilers. No, there's tons that happens. There is no spoilers there.
Your wife said it's streaming on Binge. And there's no sparkly vampires in this one. No sparkly vampires.
No, but Teresa Palmer's a hottie. She's on my Hollywood hit
And
list.
she's Australian.
Yeah!
So the Resident Evil TV series is from the showrunner of Supernatural
Yep.
and one of the directors from The Walking Dead.
Ooh, very
8
good.
episodes. And what I find interesting is that there's going to be 2 timelines in it. It's going to be set when a young family moves to Raccoon City, where the lab is, and then the next episode is going to be 10 years later when the virus has wiped out pretty much all of humanity, and there's
Yeah.
like 6 billion creatures. That's
a fucking lot of creatures.
yeah.
6 billion.
That sounds cool, man. But I don't
Man.
think we're going to live in a series live through an apocalypse where we can kill
I
lots of
don't think
demons
so,
and,
Ginge.
and monsters. And I was hoping COVID would spark that off for us,
You were hoping it was going to turn into a big
but
fucking
it's
vampire
not
type
really happening
zombie.
for me. No.
Guess what?
What's up?
And now the end is near because we finished our Mountain Dew. Anyway, it's the end of the show. We're out of here.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in once again.
Give them a skip. You don't need to try them.
They're very tangy, and yeah,
This,
we'll order another one of
we'll
these.
be
in for
ordering
you.
more copies in. This thing is, yeah. It's very good. Hope you've had a fantastic night. Special thank you to my co-hostess with the mostest.
Thank you very much to my hostess with the most. Hang on, I shouldn't have said hostess with the mostest. To my host with the most.
Thank you, Mr.
Todd
G.
Bailey on the host chair.
Just,
It just squeaks. Oh, this one doesn't squeak.
this one does a little
People
bit.
don't want to see us doing this.
My man boobs just jiggled. Ginge, stop it.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed Friday Night Live with us once again.
We've enjoyed bringing it to you, so have an awesome geeky weekend. Go out, visit your local comic shop.
Yeah.
Watch some good geeky movies and TV shows.
Buy some busted ass Doritos.
Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Don't recommend it. Have a fantastic weekend. See you all next week here on Geek Speak Live.
Bye.
Bye.